I can see you over there, just chilling with your friends. I can't believe you're by yourself. You should be here with me, my baby. Been on my mind, baby, lately.
Hey guys, my name is Casey. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. So today I'm working with a company by the name of UniceHair. They sent me over this box with these goodies inside, and they also sent me over this 22-inch wig. It's a 4x6 pre-cut closure wig. Yes, it's pre-cut, so that means you can wear it directly out of the box, which is amazing. But for me, I decided to wash it. So today I'll be showing you guys how I styled this unit. I wanted to give you guys an updated curling tutorial because I kind of slightly changed the way I curled. So I'm just showing you the products that I use to help me achieve the style I'm going for. I use some pins, as you saw, the grab clip, the comb. This is the holding spray I use, as well as I use some scissors. I am using an Ion 1.5-inch curler. So y'all can't say I didn't tell you what curler I use, because I'm telling you in right now, it's an Ion 1.5-inch curler. Okay, and this is my hot comb I use. I got it off of Amazon. It goes up to 140-150 degrees, so that's why I got it. I do find it to be a little bit light. Like, I like my irons a little bit more heavy. I feel like they're, I don't know, it just works better for me. But in any case, this is what I have, so this is what I'm using for now. So I just went over the top of the wig with the wax stick so that it can be super flat. So that's why it's very important to have a hot comb so that you can get the top of the unit as flat as possible, because the flatter, the more natural it'll look on your head and it won't look so wiggy. You know what I mean? So that's the first step. So I'm taking, this is BioSilk Silk Therapy. It's just some oil serum. It's like a very lightweight sheen serum that I use all over the unit just to give it a nice little sheen to it before I do any of my styles. I always use this. Oh, this mannequin doesn't want to stay up. I find it to be the easiest if you style the top first so that you know where your part's going to be. If it's not going to be a middle part, just part it however you like it and make sure it's flattened before you cut it, so at least you know what direction you want to cut into. So now I'm just showing you guys how to cut layers into your unit. And basically I start with the top and I just part out the front side, like where your ear is. I print out the front side of it, and then I split that part into two pieces first. So that you see, like it's like me creating like a bang almost, but except I'm cutting it all the way down to like your ear, where your ear is. So the top, I split it in two pieces, and then I split that again into another two pieces. So that's what you see me doing here. So I'm just showing you guys, I'm just trying to measure out how I want it to fall. Like I just want it to be like a loose little layer effect. So that's what I'm just showing you guys now, how I want the actual front of the hair to fall. So that's what I'm parting that out. So I kind of want it to be like face framing. So I'm gonna start literally just cutting diagonally down from like the chin, where my mannequin head starts, where it looks like it's like a neck or the bottom of your head, the chin area. I start cutting from there and then I go down. And I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm going to part it out and then part that part out in two, separate it, and then comb it down. And then I'm going to literally, wherever the client's chin is, which would probably be right there, I start cutting from there, and I cut down in a diagonal, very slight diagonal. You don't want to cut like too bluntly off, just like a diagonal cut. So that's the first cutting you're gonna do. Then from there, you want to add a little bit more layers into the front. Like you just want to make sure it's like it has like a nice gradient, like it all falls on top of each other. Like it doesn't look too choppy, like, you know, so it all falls together, if you know what I mean. But it's better to watch because it's hard to explain when you're just looking. So basically I grabbed all of it, and wherever the hair falls out, like wherever it starts falling out, I start cutting from there because I want more of a deeper layer. So I take my fingers and I just hold the hair loosely so that it starts falling out. And where it stops falling out, I cut it down more. So it looks like it's kind of like a waterfall. It's like falling out of my hands. And I'll show you again so you know what I mean. And so that's all the layers I'm putting into the front. I don't ever layer the back because generally what happens is if you want to wear the unit straight again, if there's all those choppy layers in the back, then it won't look very nice when it's straightened. So I like to have my units for multi-purpose. So I will not be putting any layers into the back unless you're deciding that the unit you're using is going to be the unit you always wear curled. But I do cut the ends off really bluntly. So I cut about an inch or an inch and a half off of the entire length of the unit because I like when all the ends are completely thick and full. It gives a nicer curl and a richer look. Like it just looks nice and the quality looks better as well instead of the stringy ends on curls. It looks way better when it's like a blunt cut. Sorry for my braids in the video. All I'm doing now is taking the scissors and I am just like cleaning up the cut that I already did. Like anything that's stringy left over from the cut, I'm just completely cutting it off so it's all blunt. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna part out like a bang area, like just the top. You'll actually get to see what I'm gonna do. I'm putting out just the bang area as if I was gonna have two bangs at the front, and I'm gonna cut those a little shorter because I want them to go up a little bit more. I want the layers to go up a little bit higher. So basically what you do on one side, you just want to make sure you repeat the exact same as near as possible to the other side. So the front bangs, I just want to make sure is at least the same length on both sides so that it doesn't look lopsided or anything like that. Okay, so that's pretty much done with now. So now I'm going to separate the hair in 4 pieces with my grabber clips, and I'm going to curl each section separately. So that's what you're going to be seeing me do now. I find this to be the easiest way to curl is when you separate one section, do that section, then separate the other section, do that section, and so on and so forth. That to me is the easiest way to curl up a unit. So I parted a small section out and I'm just going to clip back the rest. So I want to show you guys carefully how I am going to curl this side. So I'm taking my I'm taking the curler and I'm going to show you how I place it on the hair. So because I want the curls to flip opposite, like away from your face, I'm taking the curler and I'm actually just gonna, you just honestly have to watch. I just wrap it around, like I grab the hair and I wrap it up like it's going backwards. Like instead of curling under, I'm curling over. If that makes sense. It's just an easier way to get the hair to flip in the direction that I want it to go into. Like I want it to be all the curls on the left side to like be flipped back like towards the middle of the head. So that's what I want. I want the curls to like be flipped to like as if the direction is going towards the back of the head. Like all the curls. So all the curls on that side, this side, the side I'm on right now will be flipped to the left. Or is it to the right? Sorry. Flip to the right. I apologize. So all the curls on the left side, I'm flipping it towards the right side. If that sounds like it makes more sense. I'm flipping it towards the right side. Explaining these things is kind of hard, you know? Like I'm realizing that I try so hard to really make you guys understand what I mean, but it's always best to see the motion in which I'm using my hands. So I put the hair on in the curler, and then I use my finger to slightly push down on the handle to lightly open it so that I can twist it around. Because once it's locked, it locks in, and then if you try to move it without putting your hand on the handle part, it will not open enough. That clip right there, with the part where my thumb is on right now, you gotta lightly loosen it while you're turning it towards the direction that you're going into so that it curls. And then when you're done, you kind of just lift it off like lightly and then pull it all the way off. And that's what gives you your curl. I'll show you guys again, but while you're curling, see I'm curling towards up. Usually people curl down. I'm curling up towards the right side. So while you're curling, I wanted to say that when you put the hair in the curler and you're turning, use your other hand to grab the hair around and help it go around the curler. You're gonna see me do it again, but both hands are needed when you do curls, like at all times, and you just have to be careful because the curler is really hot, but both hands are needed. So I'll show you what I mean when I do this curl. So put the curler on. I do that to flatten the top. So put the curler on, then I grab the hair from the bottom. Let me do it again. Grab the hair from the bottom there, and while it's curling, I put the hair over, and then I grab it again from the bottom and then twist it again and then push the hair over. See, push it over, and then that just helps it to stay exactly where I want it, and that's basically how I use a curler. So I just wanted to show you guys that. The reason I'm using this big curler is because I want to have a nicer, looser wave, and I want to be able to part thicker parts out. So when you have a bigger barrel, you can part thicker parts so that you can have bigger curls. So I want the curls to just be nice and loose, but I still want you to have the curls there. You know what I mean? So you'll see the end result. But that's what I mean. I just want the curls to be nice and like classy, a nice classy loose curl, just full of body, more or less, you know? Curl actually cools down a little bit before you put the pin on. Just let it cool a bit in your hand before you put the pin on, because you just want to make sure the curls are cool. The reason for the pins is so that the curls can cool down and hold the curl better, because when they're hot, they're just gonna drop and they're gonna come out really fast. Do you know what I mean? So that's a look you can go for if you're just doing some little, so a little wavy look. But if you want like actual curls, even if they're loose curls, but you want them to be like, defined, you should pin them up. That would be your best option. That just gives you time for them to cool. You could throw your wig on your head. You can customize the front on your head, glue it down while the pins are still in there, do your makeup and everything like that, then take them out, whatever you want to do. So I'm just showing you how to use this curler the other way. So I'm curling down now. So if you watched how I put this on, I'm just curling the opposite way. Either way works, but my last video showed you guys how to curl it this way already. So if you're interested to see how I curled the whole unit this way, you can watch my other video. I'll link it in the description box as well. But you can curl any direction, but for me, I find that curling away in the direction that you saw me curling upwards made the curls fall a lot better for me in the back. It kind of gave the effect that I did layer the back, but I didn't layer the back, if that makes any sense. So I'm okay with doing them both ways in the back, so the curls kind of, it has a little bit of different curl patterns in different directions in the back. But for the sides, I'm always going to curl inwards so that the curls go in. And you'll see me do it again. So that's one side completed, so I'm just going on to the other side. I'm going to do a couple more on this side to show you guys the direction of which this side is going in. So you can see that I'm turning the curler the opposite direction of her face, so it's going back like so. The curls are going in the direction of the middle, basically. It's like it's being curled the opposite way from their face. It's being curled away from your face. You're curling the curls away from your face. I can't stress that enough because that's the direction like the wind will blow on you. So when your hair goes back kind of thing, that's the direction that your curl should go.
I wish that I could be one of the girls that has it together always. I wish I wasn't afraid of the world, been hiding in my bed for days. I don't wanna wake up, don't wanna feel what I'm feeling, just wanna lay low. But baby, you made me heal it. Am I enough for you? Don't wanna let you down. You got a lot to lose, but choose to stick around. Yeah, this way so much still can bring, but I know you're there to help me. Hold me up when I feel unsteady. I know you love me still when life gets messy. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Know you love me still when life gets messy. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Know you love me still when life gets messy. Yeah, I know that you love me. You show me that it's okay to let go. Take all the good and the bad. You brought me something that I've never known, comfort that I've never had. Am I enough for you? Don't wanna let you down. You got a lot to lose, but choose to stick around. Yeah, this way so much still can bring, but I know you're there to help me. Hold me up when I feel unsteady. I know you love me still when life gets messy. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Know you love me still when life gets messy. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Know you love me still when life gets messy. Yeah, I know that you love me. I know.
I want to show you guys how I curl the top. So this I'm going to split into two at the top, and I'm going to curl these ones going downwards. So you'll see, and this is still going back, but it's going down. And I'll show you guys how scary, excuse me, something in my throat. I'll show you guys how that's done. So the same way like I curl the other side, basically you're just doing the same thing on the other side. So I just because I didn't show me curling the top on the other side, I just want to show you. Well, this is the top of the back. It's not the front. I will show you guys how I curl the front as well. But this is just the top of the back. I'm just showing you how I curl that, so just you have an idea.
Baby, yeah, I only want you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Only want you.
So the back is done, and now I'm going to curl the front. I like to curl the front last. I don't know, it's just the order I go in. And so I'm using some of the holding spray to just keep the front like nice and molded in. So that's a good rule of thumb as well. You can use some holding spray, light holding spray, to define the front of your unit. You see how that's holding the style in place? So that would be helpful too when you're going to do an install on yourself, if you spray the front so all the hair and the flyaways are molded back. So I'm parting out a section to start curling. I just want to show you guys how I curl the front here, how I put the curler on, so not that way. So I turn it down so the barrel is facing up, and then I flip the hair back. So I'm pulling all the hair back from her face, and that's how I get the front to lay how I want it. I'm using this curler today because it's a really good curler. It's a bit on the heavy side, so if you're a beginner, you might struggle with it just a bit. But it is more cost effective and it works just as good as a T3. But the T3 iron that I used in the last video, it's roughly like $150 to $400 Canadian, around there. They come in different sizes, and then some come in like a pack. But yeah, the cheapest that I've seen it for was like $150. And I know Conair has a nice rose gold one now too as well that's really hot. That works as well. But I haven't tried that one yet. But in any case, so Ion is a good brand to use if you don't want to spend so much money. I believe the Ion one is like $90 or something. And the Conair one, it's the rose gold and white Conair curler. That one I believe is like $50 bucks. I haven't used it yet, but maybe I will get it, purchase it because I don't have it, and then do an updated video with that curler to try it out. But for this curler, it's a bit on the heavy side, but it does get really, really, really hot. I'm using it on 350 or 400, and it gets the job done, and it's a lot cheaper than the T3 curler that I used in my other video. Remember the two parts that we sectioned off in the beginning? You're going to part back out like the bang area right there, and then you're going to curl it alone. So I like to curl it going back again. I think I said like going back like 10 times during this video or more. Sorry about that, but I just want to let you know that they're all going back, okay? So I remember when I said that you part out the front to cut the layers. So you're basically using that same parting space that we used to actually flip these curls back. So we're gonna do, I wish I had more height, like I had a roller set is big enough, but I should really buy those soon, but I don't right now. But if I did, I would be putting them directly in between the curl once I'm finished curling her up. So as you can see, I'm getting the flat iron to go back. Sorry to continue saying back every second, but trust me, this is the best way to get it done. So once you get done curling everything and everything is pinned up, you want to just take the holding spray and spray it all over the unit and just let it sit there. So I'm going to transfer the unit from this mannequin head over to the mannequin head I use for my pictures for my wigs, and then I'm going to take out the pins. Now that all the pins are out, before I brush through the curls, I'm going to take my hot comb and just flatten the top again, just to even out anything that might have been, that just doesn't need to be like curled, or just to make it look neat again. So I'm just going to sleek it down a bit. So I'm using a big teeth comb to pull the curls back first, just to loosen them. I don't want them to be fully combed out until I fully frame the fit. This mannequin head, my stand is getting loose now. It's been a long time coming. Yeah, so I use the big teeth comb to frame the face before I start going in with a smaller comb, just to comb out the front curls a little bit more and define them more. Sometimes you'll find that you have to play with the front of the hair to get it to lay the way you want to, but that's fine because that's just hair for you. So I'm going to go back in and just tighten the curls at the front a little bit more, and then so that they can lay the way I need them to be laid. So I showed you guys how I recurled just the top 2 pieces, I think the top 3 pieces, and then I just waited for them to cool down a little bit. Then I took my comb and just slightly combed them out a bit. Didn't want the curls to be too much out. And that's pretty much it. This is the end result, guys, of just getting your body wave curls done. They're really cute, and this is just me trying on the wig. I put on a little bit of foundation on the wig cap, and I just threw it on to see what it looked like on. I did not use any adhesive at all on this unit, and these curls lasted me for days. Thank you so much, UniceHair, for sending me over this unit. I loved it. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, guys, bye.